Il doit tout se dire. Mais voyons donc. Je sais pas si c'était le son du jeu par contre. Ah, qu'est-ce que j'ai fait là, hein? T'as-tu le son du jeu?
Mais faut... Ben, il fera pas ton live.
C'est ce que je te taille.
Ouais.
Ok, attends. Attends, parce que là, je peux mettre.
Partage-le. Go pour le partager.
Oui, je partage pas ça nulle part.
Non, mais sur moi, avec moi. Partage-le à mon ami.
Ouais, attends, je vais aller sur mon live, là, t'inquiète. Hein? Ah. C'est vrai. Ça fait la pause. Ouais, c'est bon. Pourquoi j'ai deux messages? Oh non. Oh non. Oh non. Oh non. Hey, tu montes? Ben non. C'est pas qu'est-ce que tu penses, là? Non. C'est pas. Ouais, attends, Ben. Je vais te mettre dedans.
C'est quoi? C'est notre G13?
Ah non, la notif. Lui qui vient d'écrire la notif activée. Le gars, il tryhard.
Ok, hey, mais ça a été quick, là. Ah, il est déjà là. Je te trouve pas.
Attends, je t'envoie, Ben. Comme si tu vas pouvoir voir le jeu.
Oh my god. Hey, ça a joint le 25-2005. Ça peut être un bout, là. Un de tes deux consoles là avec Mick Ben. Mick Ben, on a des vidéos avec toi. Quand vous étiez il y a 8 ans.
Ben oui, il sait. Il sait, on savait partir de.
Mais je sais aussi, je sais. C'était en 2016 aussi. C'est bon, je suis là,
Bon. Là, tu vois rien, j'imagine. Check ça. Attends, mais que je retourne. Ouais. Ah, fuck, non, j'avais retourné.
ok, c'est TD comme jeu, là.
Ok, mais là, je devrais. Je me mute ou. Tu vas bien?
Mais Megan, c'est bien écouté, c'est bien écouté.
Là, non, mais Migdom, il est encore ici. Migdom, il va quitter dans 15 secondes, là. Hey, gros, imagine faire un live YouTube, là. Faites des dons, gros.
On est trop pauvres, en tout cas, moi, je suis trop pauvre pour te faire un don. En plus, ça, tu pourrais même pas le sortir.
Ben là,
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
En tout cas, toi, c'est genre 100 piastres.
Là, tu es 100 piastres. Ah, fuck, j'aurais dû te laisser la bande annonce, hein.
Non, c'est correct.
T'es sûr, t'as veux pas?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had...
Non, faut que tu l'entendes. Faut vraiment que tu l'entendes. Ben voyons, non. Hey, là, Ben. Ben, il y a 3 personnes, là. Non.
Ah, ouais.
Hey, moi, je vais pas faire ça, là. Je vais pas faire un live.
C'est pas grave, d'être diverti. C'est ta job, là. T'as dans un live.
C'est ma job.
C'est ta job, là,
Ah, si, c'est de tout. Pourquoi ça
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Non, je sais que
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ouais. Ouais. Je sais pas, c'était un jeu sur le PS Plus. Il y avait de l'air incroyable, fait que j'ai testé. Check ça, Ben.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
C'est Stanley, je sais pas trop quoi, c'est pas trop quoi. Ben, je prends quelle porte?
Gauche.
Gauche?
C'est vrai que sur PS Plus, c'est moins ça. Tout le mois, il y avait un jeu de course, là. Le jeu de course.
Pas Grand Theft Auto, c'est Gran Turismo? Ouais, il est sorti là.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Non,
Feeling
mais
a
je vais
wave
prendre un
of
peu ça.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Ah.
Mais je sais pas si les personnes qui restent autour qui regardent le truc sont vraies, mais il y a 3 personnes live.
C'est correct. Je m'en fous.
Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Ok, il me daronne, les gars, il me daronne.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
En haut ou en bas? Puis je m'en vais. Mais
Toujours monter dans la vie.
Non, moi je m'en vais en bas, j'ai vu d'aller en bas.
Attends, mais je t'en décalé. Mais c'est drôle, t'es plus début, tu vois, là. En ce moment, là, bien que c'est bien,
Ah, on va pas se faire ban, je m'en fais ici. C'est une ban.
ouais, c'est sûr.
Je pense que je vais aller en haut.
Yeah, va-t'en en haut, là. Va-t'en en haut, c'est bien mieux, là. Là, c'est pas attends, là.
Hey, il y a des marches à l'infini, tu sais?
Attends, ça se peut. Je sais pas si c'est un jeu de même.
Non plus. Hey, moi je veux pas voir le boss là. Hey. Fuck you.
Je comprends pas c'est quoi le but du jeu.
Moi non plus.
Ok.
Ok, d'ailleurs. On peut pas chier. Bon, tant mieux, là. J'ai peur d'être enfermé si je vais à quelque part.
Oh!
Quoi?
Ah, mais c'est parce que t'as peindé sur ton bouton, fait que ça m'a tout fait peine.
Ouais.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded
c'est un
the
genre de jeu de
terrible
même.
truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
Pavé numérique.
But of course, Stanley
Je
couldn't
me souviens
possibly
plus.
have known
2,
this.
8, 4.
Ok, il y avait un code numérique.
Oh non. Ben.
Là, moi, faut que tu le trouves, là.
Hey, ça va vraiment mal.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
C'est quoi ce mot, toi?
Qu'est-ce qu'il va se passer?
2845.
Non, je sais plus c'est quoi.
Attends.
C'est quoi, toi?
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell on with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Hey, il va me faire violer. Putain, il m'a ouvert la pièce.
C'est quoi, votre grille? Non, il y a pas un contact, il y a des 9 codes qui sont fermés. Moi, j'ai manqué un bout, là.
Attends, j'essaie de mettre le code, là, je suis pas capable.
2845.
Nah. J'allais.
2845, là.
Ah, ouais, mais c'est parce que ça va mal, je vois rien.
Je sais pas, je vois ça encore en envers.
Ah, pis là, je sais même plus comment.
Mets-toi dans le live, s'il te plaît. Mets-toi dans le live.
Ouais.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Welcome! You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours. So here you go. New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content? Always more content, more content, more. And I'm here to give it to you. I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game, with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section. You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are. We call this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
Good job, you did it. Good job. 3, 2, 1. Good job, you made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. You jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending. Now it's an ending. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier and chase your dreams. But railings don't mean anything. Good job, you did it. 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 Good job, you did it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy? Click a door 5 times? Is that all you think a trophy is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks? Now, suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, Here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth. At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left. Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message. But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Est-ce que je jump en bas?
Ben, il y a un ascenseur à ta gauche, à ta droite.
Non, mais je jump en bas.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very
Il
powerful.
graine, là. J'ai le goût d'y retourner puis prendre la plateforme.
Le jeu a l'air beaucoup trop compliqué pour comment je l'ai foncé là.
Non, moi aussi.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy?
Ok.
Click a door
Nickel,
5
chaque fois.
times? Is that all you think a trophy is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now, suppose you were to click the door 20 times.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it
Mais t'as
perfectly
remarqué, j'ai
well.
mis le son sur le
Perhaps he
live.
wanted
là.
to stop by the employee lounge first, just to
Comme ça,
admire
tu
it.
peux t'entendre en même temps, mais moi, j'entends tout en... Hey, imagine, il y a une carte.
Oui, je m'entends en double, Nathan.
T'entends en double? Ah, c'est vrai, c'est pour toi.
The lounge was
Perfection,
sublime, a
ouais.
work of art. What was it about this? But eager to get
sais,
back
j'y
to
retourne, mais
business,
je prends la
Stanley
plateforme.
took the first open door on his left.
On va voir une fois ça va,
Ben, est-ce que je prends la plateforme?
Tourne à gauche. Ah ben oui, prends la plateforme.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5
Tourne à
years
gauche, tu
ago.
me dis.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Ah, moi,
I'm
je
not
m'en
sure
vais là,
you
hein.
really
Moi,
are.
je m'en vais là,
I
j'ai trouvé un moyen
realize
de
that
travailler.
investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone.
Really?
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Ouais. Faut trouver une carte, Ben.
Je sais, faut trouver encore les accords. Mais le live, il bug.
Ah ouais?
Là, c'est mon prénom. Quand il fait un code, t'as toi qui sauter.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Je vais dans la porte bleue. Pourquoi il faut tout des codes, gros? Il me faut une carte. Il me faut une carte.
Je comprends, faut trouver encore les écarts, mais...
J'ai pas le goût d'aller dans sa porte rouge, gros. J'aime pas le rouge.
Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Hey, ta gueule, moi je vais dans le bleu.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Hey, il y a une porte bleue.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles, skill trees, work with me. You give me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
J'ai pas le goût d'aller dans sa porte rouge, je vais aller dans sa porte à gauche, comme tu me disais tantôt.
Il y a ça dans ton bleu.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Dis-moi quand tu as 1, 2, 3. Est-ce que tu vois le rating? Est-ce que je mets 1 étoile?
Oh, 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Ah oui, check ça. Check ça. Ouais.
Quand tu peux faire le jeu en 49 secondes,
Check ça. C'est ses yeux.
avec une aluminium.
Oh. Hey! 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 Je vais pas aller dans cette porte-là! Arrête! Oh!
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Hey, puis là, il m'a cherché à manger. J'avais bien.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted, erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there. Oh, no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly, block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it.
We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing. Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed. Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun. Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought, and I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one... Hold on, what are you doing? Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it, down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait. How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing! He stepped into the newly opened passageway. Whoops, nope, never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out. Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow! I'm bolted to the edge of my seat. Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this? Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he? Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word Escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for. Nope, still on board with death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death. As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly. And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?